Okay, Lamai. So only students asked me to do this. This is the first student who sent me. So the velocity time graph for objects that of A and B moving straight line given below in the diagram. Considering A started to move from 12.5 meters ahead of B, find the acceleration of B, find the gap between A and B. Okay, before this, I have to just go for some theoretical review regarding this. So firstly, you have to remember what is this. This is a velocity time graph. In a weighty graph, if you have this type of line that indicates what acceleration. So area under the curve stands for the area under the curve. I can take it like here. The area. This area stands for the displacement. Okay. If you get for alternative graph, so sometimes you may get the graph like this. It is a deceleration and the area under the curve is still displacement. And sometimes you may get some graph like this parallel one that stands for the uniform velocity, but the area under the curve is as same as of still it is the displacement, and this one is also the displacement. Got it? So right, let's go back. Here it asks find out the acceleration of B. So acceleration of B means you have to take the gradient. To take the gradient, you have a one coordinate. So let me explain you how to take the gradient. I don't know whether you learned this lesson well or not in mathematics. Sometimes in mathematics, I have seen teachers are saying horizontal axis and vertical axis because the teachers not knowing that. All the reason is there are some kind of stupid students who fail maths in O level even. එයාලට stupid දරෙන්න වෙන වචනයක් කියන්න නෑ. The reason is it is such an easy exam. Whenever we see the O level result, there are many 9As. So out of those people, there are some people who get failed. But A level is a different content, but O level. So teachers are just teaching these subjects very lightly. It is not a good sign for really brainy students who are just good candidates for A-level mathematics and A-level biology stream, at least like whatever A-level subject to them to do, they are kind of, if somebody do A-level arts, who is an intelligent student even, right? Okay, great. Now let's go for that. Here let's consider about this V and Y. According to Y axis, if you get like two coordinates, sometimes I have seen that teachers are not saying about coordinates even. Consider 2 points in the graph. That's how they say. This is not their fault because the students are really horrible. So in O level, I'm talking about O level ones. So teachers are becoming so much of cautious about while teaching them. Okay. ඒක නිසා මං ඒ විදිහටම කියන්නම් මේකත්. So here it is like you have to consider this like x1 in the horizontal. Horizontal coordinate 1, horizontal coordinate 2. Sometimes they might have taught you like that. වැඩි හිතන්න එපා. Horizontal coordinate means in the x coordinate independent one, point 2. And the point 1 in the vertical one, point 2 in the vertical 2. Okay. So the difference, so delta y means difference in y, y2 minus y1, and delta x means x2 minus x1. මේවා මෙච්චරවත් ගැඹුරින් කියලා දුන්නේ නැද්ද දන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකයි මම මේ පොඩ්ඩක් මතක් කරන්නේ. So the gradient, sometimes they don't say like it's a gradient, they say like the ratio. Delta y over delta x. Difference කියලා කියන difference of y over difference of x. Okay, let me get it. The acceleration means the gradient. Gradient means m of that graph. M, right? So acceleration you can find out by y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, let's go back to the graph. According to this condition, this is your y2. And your y1 is the initial axis, that is the only known one because no other points are marked. This is 0 because it is going through the origin. Graph එකක origin එක කියන්නේ ළමයි මෙන්න මේ බිඳුවේ axis එක x බිඳුවයි y බිඳුවයි. ඔබ තියෙන එක through the origin. හරි. y1 and this is x1 and x2. Okay. මං ගන්න ඕනේ acceleration එකනේ. acceleration is equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. අපි බලමු දාලා ඔකට 10 minus 0 divided by 2 minus 0, it is like 10 over 2, it is like 5 ms minus 2 is the acceleration. Okay. මං හිතනවා ඔයාලට තේරෙන්නේ නැති කියලා. Okay ළමයි. The next point is going to be find out the gap between A and B when t is equals to 1 second. What? Find out the gap between A and B when t is equals to 1 second. Okay. You have to remember one thing. A is started to move 12.5 meters ahead of B. වේලාසනින් පටන් ගත්තේ. So there is a gap. So we have to find out the gap. Distance is what? Distance of A minus distance of B. That is how we have to find. Okay. How to get the distance of A? It is already 12.5 meters away. Plus it is new condition. So the new condition can be anything somewhere here. 1 second. Okay, this area. So what is it? 10 times 1 minus, so the new condition for the B is this area half into, because we are finding the area of this type of triangle. ඒකත් මම මෙතන පෙන්නන්න. Let me go for another page. When you get area under triangle, please let me explain you. මේව නැත්තම් ලෝක ප්‍රශ්න වෙනවා ඔයාලට. මම කැමති නෑ ඒකට. Okay. මෙන්න මෙහෙම ඒරියා එකක් ගන්න තිබුණොත් ළමයි. සමහරුන්ට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ ෆිසික්ස් ටික තේරෙනවා, මේක මම කරේ මොකද්ද කියලා තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. Area, right? Area under the curve is this base into this perpendicular height. මේ මැත්ස් තේරෙන්නේ නැති කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා නම් මගෙන් ඉල්ලන්න, මම පොඩි වීඩියෝ එකක් කරලා දාන්නම්. ඔයාලට මම මැතමැටිකල් මෙතඩ්ස් වේලාසනින් කරේ එකයි. සමහරව ඉතින් ඒක අහුම්කන් දුන්නේ නැහනේ. පොඩ්ඩක් පඬිතත් එක්කනේ ඔයාලා. නේද? ටිකක් විතර පඬිතයිනේ. හරි. ඕකේ. හොඳට බලන්නකෝ. area කියන්නේ half into base into perpendicular height. Okay. Now let me apply area equals to half into base into height. Okay, this is what it is. So now when we go back to here, what is the base? It is like 1 second here. What is the height? We don't know. Oh God. Height we don't know. Then how can we find height? There is a way. මෙන්න මෙතන එහෙම සමහරුන්ට නිකන් ග්‍රීක් ඇල්ෆබෙට් එකේ තියෙන අකුරු ඔක්කොම ටික දාලා වචන ටිකක් හදලා ඉගෙනනවා වගේ වෙනවා. ඒක නිසා හොඳට අහගෙන හිටියොත් මේවා විහිළු වගේ. We know this. This is 1 second. Okay, base is 1 second. This is base. Considering height, we don't know, but we know one thing. This m. Okay, we have to go for that again. M is equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So m we just found, it is 5. මෙන්න මෙතන දින 5 name කියලා හොයාගත්තේ. Acceleration, it is 5, and y2 is like height minus 0, 1 minus 0, height equals to 5 meters per second. Okay. තප්පරයකට පස්සේ ඔයාගේ ස්පීඩ් එක 5 meters per second. Harine, the acceleration means 5 meters. Each time it increases from 1 meters per second each time. That's correct. So now we have to go for that part. What the heck? Okay. Now I have the space to tackle this question here. Right. Okay. Now what I'm applying, base is 1, height is 5. අපි බලමු මේ ටික එකතු කරලා 12.5 plus 10 minus 2.5 කැපිලා ගියාම 10 වෙනවානේ. 20 meters gap is increased a bit. පටන් ගද්දි increase වෙනවා පස්සේ අල්ලයි. ඒක වෙනම කතාවක්. and is equals to 2. Okay. t equals to 2 වෙද්දි මෙන්න මේ දෙන්න එක තැනකට එනවනේ. අපිට හිතෙනවා හරි. Okay. එයාව ගිහිල්ලා ඇල්ලුවා කියලා. No, it is not catching up the A. It is still equaling the speeds. Velocity of A equals to velocity of B at this time. Nothing else. Now in the third now, velocity VA becomes equals to VB. Nothing else. එකම velocity එකක් මේ එකම vertical point එකේනේ velocity එක එකම වෙනවා. At what time B move past A? A දෙක සමාන වෙන්න ඕනේ. අපි දන්නේ නැත. කොතනදද වෙන්නේ කියලා. බලමු දාලා. I will draw area with 2 different colors. For this one, it is completely be the red line. The other one, it is going to be the black line. And the time would be anything of t. And this height also we don't know. It is like v. Any v, that is something we don't know. We just put it like v. What are the data we have? I know this is gradient is 5. May I get detail than 10? Okay, now I am going to paint this area. For the A object B, it is going to be the green line, because that is the chasing one. And the other one I'm going to consider with this brownish color. AB de Villiers area of A. This is area of wait. AB මාරු කරගත්තද? Area of B, that is B. ගත් එක්ක පාට කරලා දැන් කලබල වුණාම පේනවනේ මට උනත් වරදින්න පුළුවන්. කලබල වෙන්න හොඳ නැහැ. Area of A B means whole this region, including any simple sense of green color. Right. So let me do this now. Okay, how to do this? Now I am going to take the area of A. So how? B equals to each other. So there was like 12.5. I have to mention that. Apart from that, there is another one. What times t? But should be equals to half times base is any time of t, I don't know, times height. Height is velocity v. Oh my god, now there is a problem, I don't know what is it. So in the same manner like here, I am going to find out the vertical height, v minus 0 divided by t minus 0. So the equation becomes v equals to 5t. Oh yeah. Now I am going to substitute it here. 12.5 plus 10t equals to half t times 5t. Maru. So what is it going to be? 5t square over 2. මේ පැත්තම එකෙන් අඩු වෙනවා එකපාරට මැත්ස් එක තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් ඉතින් අල්ලලා දාන්න 12.5. So now this looks horrible, no? එහෙම නෑ වැඩි හිතන්න එපා. So I will multiply this whole by 5 t
What can I do with this one? I told you you can easily factorize. So any two factors that should give you the product of 5 while addition of 2. So the thing is, you have to go for quadratic equation solution and find out the answer. Okay, I explained you how to solve this type of quadratic equations, but this quadratic equation is something else. You can't just find out the answer just by factorizing. The reason is here there is a problem. Why? There is a problem. What is the reason? The reason is normally we can't factorize in normal method, so we have to go for time factorization. So it is like, can you remember like the factorization result of anything? Minus b plus or minus b square divided by like 4ac divided by 2ac, right? This equation you have to go for. Understand? So here you have to go for that equation, and factors like a means like here පොඩි තියෙන ඕනි equation එකකට මෙරි 5 into t කියලා තියෙන්නේ velocity time b is ahead of a. b කොච්චර ඈතින්ද තියෙන්නේ කියලා අහනවා. Right? b is ahead of a.
it is like 50 meter. පටන් ගද්දිම වෙන මේ දෙන්න අතර gap එකක් තියෙනවා. It is 50 meter. Find out velocities of A and B. ඉතින් මේක හරි ලේසි. ඔයා කැමති කෝඩයක් ගන්න
to find this out. This is where you can find out gradient. දැන් ඔය gradient කියන එක මම explain කරන්නේ ළමයි. Like 300 minus 50 divide by 25 minus 0. දැන් ඔයා කල්පනා කරනවා ඇති මේ කොහෙන්ද ගත්තේ කියලා. මේ තියෙන්නේ මේ 300 තමයි ගන්න පුළුවන් ඈතම එක. පටන් ගන්න එක A ගියා. See, it is 50. ඊළඟට මෙයාට හරියන y එක x එක කවුද? 25 0 කියනලා දැම්ම. හරි. 250 divide by 25 it is 10 ms minus 1. හරි. ඒ වගේ b ගේ ගත්තාම b ගේ vb what is it? 300 minus එයාගේ 0 වෙනවා b පටන් ගද්දි 0. Uh, 0 and time is like here it is the time axis 20 0 300 over 20 15 ms minus 1 ඒක හරි. At what time does B move past A? කොයි වෙලාවෙද B එක ඒව පහු කරන්නේ කියලා අහනවා. ඉතින් ඕක අරකේ වගේ ගණන් හදලා ගන්න දෙයක් නෙමෙයි මේ දෙන තැන තමයි. කලින් එකේදී velocities විතරනේ equal වෙන්නේ මෙතනදී equal වෙන්නේ කවුද? Displacement. So see displacement become equal. Okay guys, then if the displacement become equal හරිද? time එක 10 seconds t equals to 10 seconds වලදී තමයි මේ දෙන්නව හම්බ වෙන්නේ. Right, okay. Find out the relevant displacement made by A and B during the interval of B passing A. Displacements ගත්තාම මෙයා 150ට ගියා. So yeah, A has made a displacement of 100. This one has made a displacement of all 150. 20 seconds with A is ahead of B at the time of 20. Hurry. 20 seconds වෙද්දී. කොච්චර ඈතකින්ද කියලා අහනවනේ. ඔගේ අකුරු ටික පොඩ්ඩක් මාරු කරලා දීලා තියෙන B is ahead of A එක මේ පොඩි printing mistakes ගණන් ගන්න එපා. See, at 20 seconds you can see A is at some 250 meters away and B is at 300 meters away. It is the gap is like 50 meters. Okay, if the speed of B drops to 1 ms minus 1 at a time of 20 instantly, at what time does B move past A? එතකොට 20 seconds වෙද්දි එක පාරටම මෙයාගේ වැටෙනවලු කීයටද? බිඳුවට. sorry බිඳුවට නෙමෙයි 5ට. So what is the speed it is running now? 15 වලින් තමයි B run කර කර ඉන්නේ. Right? 15 වලින් තමයි B run කර කර ඉන්නේ. All of a sudden it drops to 5 ms minus 1. Okay. දැන් මෙයා මෙතනින් එහාට accelerate වෙන කතන්දරේ නෙමෙයි. එකපාරටම මෙයා drop වෙනවා. Okay. We have to find out the gradient for this one. හරි. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි ඊළඟ 50 ගම්මුකෝ 50 තප්පර 10කදී වැටෙන විදියට ගත්තොත් තප්පර 10ක් කියන්නේ 20යි 30යි මෙහෙම gradient එක ඇඳනම් හරි. And now what I have to do is to extend this line. ආපු විදියට. Oh yeah. It will be overpassing each other at 30 seconds. තේරෙන්නේ නැති කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවනම් හොඳට අහගන්න. මෙයාගේ ස්පීඩ් එක 5ටනේ වැටෙනවා කිව්වේ. You have to find out the gradient. හරි මෙයාගේ gradient එක 5 වෙන්න නම් මෙයාගේ කියන්නේ simply මෙයා මීටර 50ක් යන්න ඕනේ ඊළඟට කොච්චරද? තප්පර 10කදී. So I have to find out the displacement here in this axis until I find out
from 20 to 30, 10 seconds. Both coordinates are catching up here. Then I have to slant this line to along here. This line doesn't change, intersect with each other. That is the time it goes past each other. මේක නිකන් පොඩ්ඩක් ග්‍රීක් වගේ නම් ආපහු බලන්න. මොකද මේ සිම්පල් මැත්ස් O level වලදී මිස් වෙලා ඇති. එහෙම වුණාම මේ දේවල් චුට්ටක් තේරෙනවා හොරයි. ඒක නිසා මතක තියාගන්න ළමයි key is maths here. Right? Nothing is key other than maths. Okay. මට තප්පරයක් දෙන්න. Okay guys, here see the diagram is clearly indicating it is 30 meters, so only height of h.
So nothing to worry about. Or let me do it just here. So for the first object is moving under zero velocity, but for the second object with the u of 30 ms minus 1, and the acceleration which is acting downward, that is for the first one it is a positive component, for the second one it is a negative component. Why? First one is moving forward, yeah, it is just accelerating factor. කිසි කතන්දරයක් නැහැ, support එකක් දෙන්නේ. මෙයා උඩට යන්න try කරන්නේ positive direction, so this one is dragging it downward, it is a negative component. So we have to go for s equals to ut plus half a t square. Hurry. S is what for the first one? 30 minus h is equals to 0. Here it is 0 plus half g t square. So මම මේ බිඳුව අයින් කරලා ලියනම් සමහරුන්ට ඔක එකපාරට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ. ඇයි ඒකම උනේ කියලා. ඔළුව කුළුප්පම් කරගන්න නැතුව හොඳට බලා ගන්න. Half gt square. Okay, this is equation number 1. Oh yeah. Now the other thing is for the second motion. See, h equals